The Bloody Bunny by Rosalie. Summary. Danny Fenton meets a very stabby bunny. Chapter 1. Their parents forced them on another ghost hunting trip, and on their way they decided to have lunch at a pizza restaurant. Apparently, there was some kind of birthday party going on, which they, for the most part, ignored. Danny himself was just curious which ghost would eventually pop up to ruin it. After having eaten half of his pizza, he heard a scream, but no one else seemed to notice. To make sure it wasn't a ghost, he excused himself to the bathroom, even though he doubted his parents would notice. Jazz definitely did. He went into the room where the scream came from, without realizing it was an only staff area. Danny looked stunned at one of the restaurant mascots covered in blood. It was a yellow bunny. There were multiple blood trails to each of the unfinished mascot suits. Oh, H's. Then naturally Danny opens his stupid mouth. The yellow bunny lunged at him with a knife as soon as he noticed. Danny dodged, but got grazed by the knife on his arm. "Calm down, dude. I just mistook this room for the bathroom." Danny tried to placate the bunny. The bunny just chuckled and blocked the exit. Coming closer and closer, he lunged once more. This time Danny didn't expect to also be grabbed, so the knife went right into his shoulder. He yelped at the sudden pain, but still tried to get out of the guy's grip. "Bunny, you're making this only more difficult. You could have just showed me where the damn bathroom was." Danny tries to batter. That's when he suddenly got a look at what exactly the bunny was hiding, and his blood ran cold. There were children, younger than him, and they were injured. "Why would you hide injured children? They need to get to a hospital!" Danny screeched out. Danny hissed as the knife was violently ripped out of his shoulder and into his torso. But Danny dodged, finally getting out of the bunny's grip at the cost of his t-shirt being cut almost in half. "What's your problem, dude?" Danny called out in desperation. He cycled his opponent while gripping his injured shoulder. "My problem, you ask?" The bunny chuckles, before continuing. "Is that you weren't supposed to be here." "Oh, H's. You sound like clockwork," Danny groaned. The bunny seemed to ignore the comment and lunges at him again. Danny ducked down and made the bunny trip instead. "Man, you should really work on your fighting skills. They suck." Danny smirked. "Shut up and die already," the bunny shouted again. "No, I already did that. Would not recommend," Danny commented. Then he tried to duck again for the next lunge, but got kicked in his already injured shoulder. He screamed out in pain and fell on his butt. The bunny took the opportunity to step on his torso, efficiently keeping him pinned to the ground. "Now say bye-bye," the bunny said with a sweetly voice, before plunging the knife in his chest and stabbing his heart. Then he screamed again. This time it was a bit longer than usual, before complaining. "This is gonna be a pain to heal." Then he slurred while spitting blood. The bunny was taken aback about something green in his blood, then stabbed him again for good measures. Then he just grunted before passing out. And that was the first chapter of that. I did not realize it was like mostly just a fighting scene, but I haven't read it in so long. But now you have read that, and that's like my only crossover for now with Danny Phantom and Five Nights at Freddy's, which I had like ideas for other type like of crossovers with these two genres, but I never really came around to write them. So anyways, if you want me to continue like the next 2 chapters of the story, because there's only 3, because I did not really know what the fuck I was probably doing with the story to begin with. It's a fun matchup, but sometimes stories are like, "Hey, this was a cool idea," but then something else comes in and says, "What the fuck should we do with it?" And then from there it's like, I don't know. That's why, that's actually probably why unfinished works even exist, because people start a story and don't know where they want to go with it. But if you liked the video, leave a like. If you like my videos in general, you can subscribe. It would be very beneficial, because I make more of these videos. And if you want to get notified, there's a bell that you can only see if you subscribe. If you have been on YouTube long enough, you should already be aware of. But people say that in their videos all the time, so I started to do that too. And it's not as cringe as it was in the past, which is good. Again, if you want those two chapters to continue right away that I still have of the story, you can commission me to do so over Discord or Tumblr. Infos to that are in my channel description. If you have any fanfiction you want to commission from yourself, written from yourself or someone else, you can also commission me. Enjoy the rest of your time, and see you next time.